Good morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary, and I've been drumming since 1998, and I still got plenty to work on. Today, I'm going to be practicing limb independence, and in all these live streams, there are timestamps in the description, in 470 of them, that have what I'm practicing or what I'm talking about. Now, think of this kind of like office hours for this particular stream. So I'm here to practice, but if people drop in on the different chats that I've got up on my other monitor, and they have questions about how to get better as a performer, or as an educator, then I'm happy to answer them. Why are people asking me those questions? Because I've been drumming for almost 30 years, and because I have a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in music education, so I get a range of different topics that people ask questions about. And I'll often edit those responses that I give and put them into this drumming tips playlist that has just under 16 hours of drumming tips, over 100 videos. The first thing that I talk about is whatever the title is, so like how I worked on even buzz rolls on concert snare. And then if it says, and other drumming tips, that means there are more topics in there that might be of more interest to you if you're not interested in the title. Good morning on YouTube Horizontal. Okay, I am practicing, and I'm not good at limb independence yet, so I need Shia LaBeouf here to help motivate me to get better at limb independence. So the great sage, Shia LaBeouf, that's a funny freeze frame right there, is going to help motivate me to get better. Let me turn this down or he's going to blast out my eardrums. Shia, help motivate me. I'm not good at this yet. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf, everybody is super motivated now. One more flex for the road. I hope you all enjoy that. We are. We're practicing limb independence. Now, the way that I'm practicing this is actually out of this book. So it's called 50 Ways to Syncopation. It's by Don Moyle. And I've gone through all of it, actually, on the stream. And now I'm working on some bonus ones that I came up with. But the way that I'm practicing limb independence is largely based off of Gary Chester's idea of limb interdependence that he talks about in New Breed 1 and 2. Now, in this spreadsheet, I've taken Dom's book and I put it into this spreadsheet to keep track of how I'm playing. So you're very basic, like ding, 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 where you're ding, 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 ding. And then you play eighth notes on the snare drum, and you put anything longer than eighth note on the bass drum. That is pattern number 2 while reading through some charts. Now, if we scroll along here, you can see all these different times that I played this over the last year or so. And it keeps track of the BPM, the quality of the playing, how I felt while playing, etc. And column A right here shows the average. Across all those different times, on average, it's technically proficient, which means I'm playing the ink on the page, it feels comfortable, etc. But if it's musical, then that means that I'm adding in extra timbres, textures to make it more interesting. So I'm skipping all these ones that are musical and technically proficient because I graduated from them. And I'm working on pattern number 52 and 53 today. What are these patterns? Well, here's pattern number 52 that's on the screen, and let's play through it. So if this were in 16th note, you'd have a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Okay? But instead of playing this as 16th notes, I'm going to play it as triplets. So it's the exact same hand pattern, but instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so we're going to be doing that with hi-hat on 2 and 4. While reading short notes on the snare drum and anything longer than an eighth note on the bass drum. And the last time I did this, I did it at 125, and it was just kind of eh. Just kind of eh. After more than a week of not drumming, it didn't sound good. But, you know, that's what happens. Okay, now, the play-longs that I'll be using, by the way, are found either on my home tab at YouTube. Just click on the headers, and it shows you all these playlists. Or jaredoleary.com/drum, which is linked up here. So on here, I've got 80 chop exercises at the moment. I've got over 1,000 grid variations. I've got limb independent stuff. This is where I'll be in a second. Almost 500 marching bass drum exercises. Over 200 sight reading exercises. Some cadences and score format. There's the sight reading stuff. There's over 400 technique exercises. And then there's over 16 hours of drumming tips in these scripted lessons, like how to hold traditional grip or the stretch and massage routine that I use. Or inside of here, this is the playlist that I showed at the beginning. That is me answering questions live on stream, but edited down, so it's just like the condensed version of my response, as opposed to me taking time to think. Now, I'm practicing limb independence. So inside of here, every single one of these playlists links to this video, how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. So if you're not sure how to do it, check that one out. Now, I'm going to play a swung pattern over a straight ostinato. And so I'm going to go into the swung charts here. And I'm playing it at 125. So yesterday, I think I played charts 1 through 20. So I'm just going to go 21 through 25. We'll just like continue on. So that way I'm practicing sight reading while working on this. And I can get better without like memorizing the charts and like just getting better at one thing. I want to be able to sight read through this stuff. Okay. Flip the mouse over. You just click a BPM and then timestamps, and then it counts you off. So again, the pattern is up here, up on the screen, what I'm trying to play. Wish me luck. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Cool. Every one of these charts is different. Some are easier than others. You can go as slow as 40 or as fast as 240. And there's also a straight version instead of just these swung versions. 1, 2, ready, and... Oops. Mess up the ride pattern. So I wanted to go into the next pattern that I'm going to be doing, version number 53. So the 53 goes, so it does a Soca pattern, and it flips the rhythm. Oops, read that wrong. Yeah, so some reading errors there. I'm not literate, apparently. One of those days. 2 more charts. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Cool, last chart. This is going way better than it did 2 days ago. Yay! I say with hesitation though, because maybe I will completely have myself. It could happen. 1, 2, here we go. Woohoo! Sweet. That's fun. Difficult pattern, especially because it's a 3/4 straight over swung. But, you know, we've only been spending, what, the last, like, month and a half on it? 2 months? And I can finally start to play it comfortably. All right, so mostly technically proficient, some reading issues, and then at one point on, what was it, the second chart, where I played, switched up the ostinato to another one, but I'm making progress on it. Yay! So the pattern that I'm going to play next switches it around, so rhythmically, instead of da-da-da-da-da-da, it's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And let me paste it on here so you can try and sort it out in your brain. Okay, I'm going to stretch and massage, and then we will get back into this, and we will work on an even harder pattern. Also 3/4, though. So for the first stretch that I'm going to do, it stretches the sides of the forearms. Oh, yeah. It feels great. To get out of the stretch, just go back out the way that you came. If you do traditional, rotate and hold the one end of the extreme, or for, you know, rotary motions like Steven's grip, rotate and hold the other end of the extreme. But if you're doing Steven's grip, don't just do it on the left hand, do it on the right hand as well. But I don't do either of those grips anymore. Now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Oh, that feels good. So I'm just pulling back a little bit. Don't pull hard. You're just trying to give it a little nice stretch right there. Ooh-wee. Feels good. You can also do this one on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. You can see that in yesterday's stream, actually. I was doing a drum pad stream. Playing through some Flamis. And I demonstrated that stretch there. The next stretch is stretching the top of the forearm. So you're just basically going instead of this way, you're just going back out the way the other direction. And this one, if you do it on the wall, the higher you go, the deeper your stretch. Or you can do this one on your legs if you're sitting like I am, or even standing. Goes twice as fast. Efficiency. Next one, stretching thumb to thumb. This is the last stretch, and then I'll do a quick massage routine. And then we will play the pattern that's right above my head, or if you're on the horizontal, is down there, the Soca pattern. Is difficult. Muzukashii desu. Middle finger. Do we get ASMR? Oh yeah. You're welcome. Free of charge. Another? Ooh, 2 for the price of 1. Free for the price of free. No ASMR. Wah, wah. 1 out of 5 stars. It's okay. You can leave a bad Yelp review on this stream. It's fine. Deserved. Only had 2 fingers pop. All right, now I'm going to massage. So I'm doing thumb on top and fingers underneath. Just kind of working my way up and down the forearm. Oh, that feels good. Oh, yeah. Trying to relax the muscles. And then switch to the other arm. When I used to teach in the classroom, I'd sometimes just intentionally mispronounce words like I just did. Sometimes I get students be like, it's pronounced muscles? No way! Thanks. Thank you so much. I had no clue. Now I'm going to massage the back side of the hand with the fingers, and I'm going to massage the palm with the thumb. Just kind of working my way around the hand. And then I got one more quick massage to do, and then I'm going to play the very difficult 3/4 pattern. Taihen desu. So massage base the tip of each one of the fingers. Daisuki desu. Mata ne. Oh, ASMR. Enjoy. So again, massage and base the tip of each one of the fingers at least twice, sometimes thrice, sometimes fourice, and fice. Depends on how tight your fingers are. Sometimes I'm like, I need to spend extra time on this one. If I've been scroll wheeling too much or whatever. Okay, now the next pattern that I'm going to play is here on the vertical, and then if you're on the horizontal, it's woo right there. So this one, it's kind of harder to explain, but it makes more sense when you actually like play it. So we have a Soca pattern. So your typical Soca pattern, the hi-hat, is just a 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN. You add a shup on the AN. So if you're playing this with like a bass drum 4 on the floor, like that, okay? So we're gonna take that idea, but instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, dugga-da, 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 we're gonna turn it from 16th notes into triplets. So we're gonna go dugga-da, 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 bugga-zzz, 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 okay? So that makes it so that you're playing 3 of the hi-hat patterns instead of 4, and you're putting it in the space of 4 quarter notes. So you're doing like this, 3/4. It's wonky, okay? So we're gonna do that. It's a straight pattern as triplets. Triplet, 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 while playing swung, 1/8 notes on the snare drum, and quarter notes and longer on the bass drum. Okay, so I've been stuck at 100 for quite some time with this one, and it still needs a lot of work. Hence why I'm practicing it. Practice the stuff you're not good at, you know, if you want to get better, that is. If you don't, then keep practicing the stuff you already know how to do and waste your time. But what do I know? I'm just a doctor. Okay, so I am on my home tab. I've got thousands of exercises on here. You got to click on the headers to actually show like all the different playlists, like in the grid variations. There's over 1,000 exercises in here. Keep you busy for a while. And then there's more marching bass stuff, sight reading, technique, over 16 hours of tips from questions that I've answered during these like practice streams and whatnot. But I'm going to the limb independent section. Inside of here, I'm playing a swung pattern over this straight ostinato 3/4 wonkiness. But I'm playing it at 100 beats a minute. So I'm going to go inside of this playlist, swung drum charts 100 to 159. And I just played through charts 21 through 25, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next one. Because again, practicing sight reading while going through this, there's 55 charts inside of here. So Thank you for the like on the horizontal. So by the time you get through like 50 of them or 55 of them, if you do the advanced 5 at the end, by the time you get back to the beginning, you'll be like, I don't remember this one. So the point is to work on sight reading. I'm playing at 100, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. 2, ready, and nice and slow. Gives my brain more time to melt in between each one of the notes. Because, oh boy, 3/4 straight over swung is quite the challenge mentally. 1, 2, wish me luck. I hit my stick multiple times while doing that. The problem is when I'm doing the shup, I'm like pushing it down to get that nice dirty shup sound. And so I'll hit the stick that's underneath. And because I gotta play that louder, because the drum trigger doesn't always pick it up if I play it quieter. Oops. Messing up the hi-hat. The shup. Yeah, I'm not getting the shup as consistently as I'd like. I can't even talk. Thank you for the like, by the way, on the vertical. It's really hard for me to talk while playing this one. It requires, like, maximum effort. All 9,000 of my power level. 1, 2, here we go. He's not getting all the snares. Come on, drum trigger. Sweet. By the way, the next chart, chart 30, if I remember correctly, it has an Easter egg in it. If you're in drumline, it's got Susie, the rhythms for the accents. You'll see. 2, 1, 2, here we go. Yeah, so if you look, the third and second line from the bottom, it's Susie. You'll see. Do you know Susie like I knew Susie? 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. You knew Susie, like I knew Susie, and you would like her too, like her too, like her too. If you knew Susie, like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. Can't talk. Whoo-wee! Why, hello, how am I? I'm doing good. Genki desu. Okay, how are you? We just did charts 26 through 30, and because this is the one that I want to like continue to grind out, because I'm struggle busting my way through it for over a month now. I'm just gonna go to the next set. So again, there's 50 charts that are normal, and then this last set of 5 introduces tenuto, which means when you would normally play it as a short note, as an 8th note, you actually play it as a long. So the tenuto means play a bass from there, basically, for whatever pattern you're playing. Anyways, we're doing 31 through 35, and I'm gonna do this at 100. So we're gonna click on that. But first, here. Is that Zildjian hi-hat good for high-level gigs? No. So these are practice cymbals and practice heads, the Remo silent strokes, and these are the Zildjian low-volume cymbals. So they don't have as rich of a sound quality. It's like you do like a high-pass filter on them, where it filters out the low notes and it passes the high sounds, so you basically hear the upper end of the cymbal timbre. So it's got all these holes drilled into it, and that makes it so that they are way quieter. So you could use these and not annoy everyone in a 10-mile radius around you, which is why I do them. So like my wife can be in the other room on the phone, and no one will know that like I'm playing on the drums, because that's what they're designed for, is to make it so that they are quieter. Let's do this again. Same pattern. New set of charts, 31 through 35. Every one of these charts presents a new set of difficulties, new things to work on. And again, it helps you to sight read charts while working on the limb independence. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Keep hitting my stick. Man, that like pattern really lined up to where that I just hit my left stick so many times. It was messing up the rhythms. Cool. A new challenge unlocked. I like having my hi-hat low so I can quickly get to it without slowing down for the hands, but man, it creates some issues. Oops. I put that on the pole instead of the let. Okay. You can improvise, by the way, on the top lines, or just play the ostinato, whatever you want. Talk to your chat. You do you. Here we go. Wait, that was actually written in 3/4. The groupings, that is, for the eighth notes and the quarter notes. Over 4/4. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. If you're here for the drumming stuff, go to the home tab. There's literally thousands of videos for free. For some reason, I felt like that was the final chart. Oh no! Okay, the first part of this is going to be difficult. It's written in 5/8 for the first 2 lines. Wish me luck. 1, 2, here we go. No! I hit my stick. No, I totally messed this one up. Wah, wah. Okay. Hit my stick. Screwed me up. No. Alright, so I'm going to go to the next set. Again, we're just grinding this one out. So I'm going to go back into this playlist. Which, by the way, if you're just tuning in, you're like, well, how do you get to this? On the home tab is where you'll find all the play-alongs. There's thousands. Scroll past those, go to the limb independent section. And I'm specifically working on the swung charts down here. 100 to 159. Now you notice there are, again, groupings. This is like 40 to 59, 60 to 99, 100 to 159, and 160 to 240. The reason why is because like Sibelius wouldn't let me like export out one long, like 30-hour video or however long it would be. So that's why they're like that. Okay, that was 31 through 35, so let's go to the next set. This one, I think, has a whole chart that's in 5/8, if I remember correctly. Because I think I remember writing out that like first 2 lines of... what was it? Chart number 34, and it was like, hey, let's see what happens if I write it in 5/8. And then I was like, what if I do a whole chart and write it out in 5/8, but in a 4/4? And so I did, and it gets wonky. you'll see. Will I be able to play it? If I hit my sticks, no. 2, 1. Oh, wait. 125 was the previous pattern I was playing. We're not doing it at 100. We're not doing it at 125, I mean. We're doing it at 100. 2, 1, 2. Ambitious. Ready? And maybe we can try that for fun. At the end. Let's see what happens when we speed it up. We're training on 100 times gravity. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Perfect. I'm honestly surprised that I haven't dropped my sticks yet. Knock on wood. It's gonna happen. Usually when I hit my sticks like this, it just makes my sticks go flying. Stay tuned. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna actually stop it here, so I want to explain something for this one. So this set of charts, what it's actually doing is it's got 3 lines in here. And you're like, wait, but there's more than that. So it's got this line, and this line are all unique. All of the other ones are the exact same thing as the other ones, just displaced by an 8th note rest. So if you look at it, it's the exact same thing in terms of quarter, quarter, 8th, 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 quarter, quarter, 8th, 8th, quarter. Okay? So it's the same melody that you play, but by displacing it by an 8th note, it can like really mess with your brain while going through it. Because you're like, wait, this is the same sound in terms of the short and long, like, etc. So it's a fun one. I like it. What I should probably do for like some upcoming charts is like write out a whole chart normally, and then like the next chart is like displaced like by an 8th. Ooh, and then I could displace it by an 8th note again, and then they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends. Ooh. Ready, and got some ideas. Stay tuned. As if I didn't have enough videos already scheduled. I've got over 600 currently scheduled. You know, can always add some more, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. It's actually really distracting. This is why I have to flip my mouse upside down. Or it just keeps wiggling it. And then covers up the bottom line. Here we go, chart number 39. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. No, this one's not in 5/8. Alright, so maybe it's the next set of charts that does the 5/8 one, the weird one that I was thinking of. I don't remember. I just wrote it, but I wrote thousands of them, so I forgot some of them. 1, 2, here we go. Oops. My bad. No. Keep hitting my stick. Whew. Okay. I almost accidentally tried it, but I'm going to attempt the next set of charts. I'll just go 41 through 45, and I'm going to try it at 125, which is what I was playing the first pattern at. And will it sound good? Probably not. Will I have fun attempting it? Yeah. Yeah. How can you train limb independence so you can play different rhythms on each hand without thinking about it? So there's actually a video that has steps that's making it so that I'm playing a 3/4 straight over swung pattern. And the video you can actually find if you go to my home tab on YouTube, click on my name, you scroll down to the limb independence section. Every single one of these playlists inside of here links to it, because you're going to use these patterns, permutations, and these charts to be able to work on limb independence. But there's, in every one of them, this video, how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. It's also drumming tip number 50, if you want to find it in that particular playlist. But in drumming tip number 50, at the very beginning, I just go right into it. So it's got several steps to work on, and it outlines it at the beginning, and it gives you some patterns that you can potentially play through. But this gives step by step, like start with step 1, maybe spend a week on that. Then with step 2, maybe spend another week or 2 on that. Then with step 3, maybe spend like 3 or 4 weeks on that. But for each one of the steps, you just spend time working on that and going through that process, and that outlines how to do it. So this is the exact steps that I've done to work on limb independence for like this pattern that I'm working on. Which again, if you're just tuning in, it's the one that's here. It's a 3/4 Soca pattern where I'm playing a straight hi-hat pattern while playing swung on the drums. That's difficult. And it took me, what, a month and a half to be able to play it, or what I'm doing right now. Let's just go actually with charts 1 through 5. I'm going to attempt to do this at 125, which is way faster than what I was just playing it at. 100 felt comfortable, but just for funsies, I want to try this. Didn't realize because you play marching snare? Yeah, well, I mean, it's not your fault. Like, I've made over 2,000 drumming videos, so good luck finding it. Either go to the home tab to like sort through my stuff, or the first link that's on the play-alongs and the drumming tips videos takes you to /drum, which has everything organized neater than I can on YouTube. All right, wish me luck. We're gonna attempt this. Will it sound good? Probably not. We're gonna have fun trying it though. Oh, and let me just give you a preview. So we're taking the Soca feel as 16th notes. Digga-dot, digga-dot, buckets, 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 and we're turning into triplets instead of 16th notes. So buckets, 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 digga-dot, 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 digga-dot. Okay, so we're doing that hi-hat pattern while playing 8th notes here. Anything longer than that there. Wish me luck. Luck. Thank you. And away we go. 1, 2, da da da. Oh no. Oh no. This is quick. Oh no. Thank you. Appreciate the well wishes. 1, 2, here we go. No. Woo! Woo-wee! So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, while the hi-hat is playing a 3/4 straight pattern. 1, 2, here we go. Ooh, this is groovy. It's weird. It tickles my brain in a weird way. I like it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Oh man, this one's difficult. You actually have to have a signed permission slip from your parents to attempt this particular limb independence pattern. It's too difficult. Musica she des. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Oops. Hit my stick. Last chart. And again, this is a very advanced one. 3/4, swung over straight. Don't try this if you're learning limb independence. I'll show you an easier one here in a moment. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and keep hitting my stick. It's like playing on hard mode. So when I'm playing this, I'm getting the shup. I'm hitting in a way that is making the hand go down, the wrist, and I keep hitting stick on stick. So what I need to be doing is making sure I'm either at the fulcrum or do like a full wrist over wrist, or play so that my hands are like this. It's kind of like a hybrid open. But I'm not doing any of those, so I'm just constantly hitting my stick when I'm doing the shup. And because this drum trigger doesn't pick up all the snare hits, I'm playing this one loud. All that to say, that's why I was messing up. Whoops. Hey, but you know what? Overall, that was like probably the first time that it's actually been technically proficient after all these times of playing through this. Woo! Mostly. Making progress still. I did try it at 125, and it was kind of meh, but you know, I had fun with it. There was an attempt. So that particular pattern is a wonky one. It's difficult, but let me actually show you an easier one. So this is from Dom Moyo's book, and the pattern is like a lot of drum teachers will play this and teach it to you, but this is one of the 50 patterns in Dom's book. Let me paste it up here so you can see it. It's on the vertical, and if you're on the horizontal, it's right here right now. But this is from Dom's book called 50 Ways of Syncopation. He's got 50 ways that you can practice limb independence. Highly recommend it. I do have it on /gear on my website, linked in there. But the pattern is very basic. Ding, 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 ding. 2, 3, 4. So hi-hats on 2 and 4. Just like what I was playing with the drums a second ago, I'm going to... Okay, so short notes are on the snare drum and the long notes are on the bass drum. And honestly, that felt really weird playing because it's like the first time I've not played a 3/4 pattern all day today. All right, so last time I did it at 116, it was musical. Sure, let's try it again. So I'm going to go back to my home tab. I'm scrolling down to the limb independence section. Or do I want to demonstrate a straight pattern? You know what? I changed my mind. My stream, I do what I want. My practice session. So instead of doing this one, I'll show you a different pattern that's actually not in Dom's book. It looks fancier than it is, but it's actually not too bad. This is like a nice intermediate pattern. So this pattern, all you're doing, you don't even need your left side of your body for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're like, cool. What's great about that? So instead of playing it all on here, I'm actually going to do a V pattern, or a pattern where we're going like this: 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Now the way that you can play this is like a tenor drummer, where you are pivoting at the elbow, so you get a consistent sound quality. Or you can do what's called the Julie Spencer technique. I learned it from marimba, actually, but you can do it on multi-percussion or drum kit as well. And to actually turn your wrist over when you play. 1 and 2 and. If you're the only percussionist playing, this technique is totally viable, because you don't have to worry about lining up with like several other people and making it all sound the exact same way like I had to do when I marched for snare drum. So if you have multiple people playing, play with a consistent sound quality. If it's just you, you can go for a more efficient playing. Whatever you want. Okay, so that's all I'm doing is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and while I'm reading the charts with the bass drum. Whatever you want to do, okay? So I'm just kind of making up stuff. So, woo, no, not 160. The last time I played this pattern, I played it at 744 beats a minute. 115? Sure. We'll do it at 115. A nice, comfy 115. So in the limb independent section, there are straight charts up here. And so I'm doing it at 115, so I'm going to go inside of here. It's the exact same patterns as the previous ones that I was just playing. But, in fact, I'll just do 1 through 5. But the play along that I hear in my headphones that you can't hear because it's muted, because there's a sync delay, is straight. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. So again, the left side of my body, just chilling out. This looks harder than it is. So it's a fancy little party trick, limb independence you can show to your friends. 1, 2, here we go. Easy, right? Now, if you want, you can add it in the left hand, but the right hand's literally just doing the exact same thing. It makes it sound extra fancy. Oops. Wait. How did I get... What just happened? I don't know. Someone tell me. Oh no. Why is it not playing the snare? See how you don't hear it? There we go. Look at you. You can do it. Ganbatte, believe in you. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, I totally read that wrong. Shame. Boo. Unsub. I still, like, it's not coming through my headphones that much. Come on, snare trigger. I'll just do rim shots the entire time. 2, 1, 2, here we go. more complicated if you want, or just keep it simple. Oops, read that wrong. Cut. Sweet. Now, the book that I was talking about, the one with Dom Moyle, let me just show you where it's at. So it's the second link. Takes you to /gear on my website. And if you're under the percussion section, under the books, these are some like different drum kit books that I've like played out of. But the one that I was mentioning was this one. So 50 Ways to Syncopation by Dom Moyle has 50 ways that you can practice limb independence with the 55 charts that are on my YouTube channel, as well as the 20 charts in Dom's book, as well as the 12 charts, I think, in Ted Reed's book, Syncopation. I think they're called solos, technically, at the end. And the way that I've been working on this limb independence is largely based off of Gary Chester's idea of limb interdependence that he talks about in New Breed 1 and New Breed 2. But here's also some more books for different instruments. But since somebody was asking about these cymbals, these are the ones that I'm using. They're specifically designed for practicing, so they are way quieter than normal cymbals. Same thing with these low volume heads, but that's also why I'm getting the issues with the triggers, because the low volume heads vibrate differently because they're mesh as opposed to like mylar. But anyways, so if you want to find the actually, I'll show you on YouTube. So if you want to find the play-alongs that I've been working with, and literally thousands more, and over 16 hours of tips, if you go to the Home tab here, there's a bunch of chop stuff. So if you're a rudimental drummer like myself, like I've spent less than 1% of my time on drum kit, so I'm not good at it yet. But for this chop stuff, there's a bunch of chop exercises in here. There's like 29 chopping sprees. Lots of cool stuff to ram through. Like yesterday I was playing Flamus. But grid variations, there's literally over 1,000 of these in triplet and 16th note, and then some wackier stuff at the end, like Herta grid and stuff. The limb independence section, this is where I was practicing today. So every one of these playlists, the second video shows you how I'm developing limb independence and how I've done that with every one of these patterns. So there's over 50 patterns in here that I've gone through. And column A is keeping track of the average. So on average, all these patterns are technically proficient, so I'm playing the ink on the page, or musical. But when I started, the majority of these patterns were kind of meh or needs a lot of work, like the two that I was working on today. So if you go back and look at the prior streams, you'll see huge gains made with these different patterns, because I literally couldn't even play like the two that I was doing today. Couldn't do it at all. So if you follow the steps that are outlined in here, this is how I've been doing it on stream, so you can see live. If you go back a month ago and look at those patterns, you'll see how terrible they were, and then huge improvement between back then and right now. But again, there's even more stuff than that. So marching bass, there's just under 500 exercises in this section. There's some drumline cadences and score format. There's over 200 sight reading exercises. There's over 400 technique exercises. And again, on all of these, you actually have to click to show all the different playlists for all the different exercises. And some of them go as slow as 20 beats a minute and as fast as 240 beats a minute, every click in between using the timestamps in the description. But if you're like, okay, but how do I practice? Or what do I focus on? Or like, how do I do good rolls, etc.? This tips and lessons section has over 16 hours of tips in here. The drumming lessons one is basically a scripted lesson on something, like how to hold traditional grip, or like what to listen for in terms of sound quality, etc. So these are scripted as short as I could possibly make it. But the drumming tips playlist right here, this is like during these office hours where I'm just here practicing live, people will often ask me how to improve as a drummer or how to improve as an educator. Because I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education, I've taught every grade kindergarten through doctoral student. So I'll get people who ask like how to get better at teaching, which is why some of these focus on teaching tips and others focus on drumming tips. But if you see any of the ones, by the way, that say members first, they're scheduled to release for free. So like this one's coming out on Friday, but there's over 600 of them, so it might be like a year and a half until it comes out. So, stay tuned. But plenty of stuff to keep you busy. Literally thousands of videos currently free. So if you're like, well, how do I fix traditional grip slicing? That's the first thing I talk about. And then when it says and other drumming or and other teaching tips, that means there's more things inside of there. So just click the timestamps to like jump to a different section inside of each of these videos. Like this one has actually several topics in there. And if you're like, hey, I want access to the like sight reading exercises early, the early access is just the join button. It's 99 cents. That's the cheapest I could possibly make it on YouTube. Or just wait. Like those sight reading exercises come out in November of next year. So, you know, it's a while, but they'll be free. I promise. I don't sell a book. I don't sell an app. I don't sell a course. I don't teach privately anymore. All free stuff. Trying to do this with AdSense. So I literally make like $1 a day off of over 2,000 play-alongs and whatnot. Stay tuned for more. I'm actually going to get ready for Ghost of Yotei. It's probably going to take me 15, 20 minutes to get myself set up for that. So stay tuned for that. So if you want to see any of the gaming stuff, you can find that. Just click on the header here. These are the highlights, and then here's all the different games that I have streamed. So you can check that out. But I'm rambling. I appreciate people stopping in. If you appreciate these free resources, just share it with somebody else. If you don't appreciate these resources, share it with an enemy. And then do an evil laugh, rub your hands together, and, I don't know, grow a mustache that's evil looking or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm out. Goodbye.